Looking for a stretch flow after work to open up your hips and your spine after all those hours sitting at the computer? This is going to be a great flow for you with the Minimax flipped over. And so let's meet me at the mat. So what you're going to do here is when I put the knee on, I tend to tip the Minimax and then I position my knee on and then I allow the Minimax to rock forward. So very importantly, I need to posterior tilt the pelvis. So hopefully you see that tilt of my pelvis. It's going to start to lengthen the hip flexor. And for me, I'm starting to also feel a stretch in my quadricep. I'm going to maintain that posterior tilt. I'm going to place my hands on the wall, and then I'm going to get into my deep diaphragmatic breath. So I'm going to inhale deeply into my belly. Exhale, let the air go and see if I can come closer to the wall, deepening that stretch, always listening to your body, never forcing the stretch. Inhale, keep that posterior tilt and feel that shifting of the weight forward. You can do this series without the wall. The wall just helps with balance. Inhale. And you can really focus on that release with that exhale. Very good. And then if you're further away from the wall, you might get even more stretch because you'll be reaching further. Then from here, feel a heaviness in the knee and reaching back of the top of your head. And as you do that, a slight pushing with the leg in front. Finding a different stretch, but still in the front of the thigh. And continue with that breath. If you need to, hold on to a different wall. Or if you've got the balance, just stay and breathe. Keeping that tuck of the tail, which is called posterior tilting in the physical therapy terms. Nice and good. From here, take support onto your hand. Reach back for your foot, start to pull that foot towards you, and then you start to lean into the wall. This is a very, very big stretch of the rectus femoris, which is the muscle of the quadricep that is often the tightest because it crosses the hip and the knee joint. So make sure that you're getting a good breath in and a good breath out. You can, of course, stay in these positions longer once you get used to this little flow, and then release. Good. And then from there, I'm just going to go ahead and press back, and then I'm going to tip the Minimax. I'm going to put my knee down, bring that leg in front. Really important to have the foot in front of the knee. Posterior tilt the pelvis, start to feel the stretch, and then start to melt towards the wall. This is also really good to understand if you have differences from the left to the right side. I tend to be tighter in my hips on the left side, so I'm feeling a deeper stretch right from the beginning. Nice. Keep that posterior tilt, and as you keep that tilt or the tuck under, those mean the same things, start to melt in to the wall, finding that opening up of the front of your hip. It's been held in a flex position for hours and hours if you're a computer worker. So just feel that length. Breathe into the front of the hip and into the lower abdominals. Inhale and exhale, melting towards the wall. Finding your stretch, make sure that there's no pain at the knee or in your back. Always make sure the stretch can be welcomed into your body. And very good. And then from here, keep that posterior tilt. Feel heavy through that knee on the Minimax. And then start to reach your head back towards the wall behind you. As you try to keep that knee down, and I'm pushing with this leg. So remember, if you've got another wall hand and you need it, go ahead and use that for balance. Otherwise, just try to feel how that changes the stretch. So we're working on different muscle fibers and on different fascial fibers. Nice. And then from here, come in, grab that ankle foot, pull that heel in towards your seat, and then start to shift that weight forward. Finding that big stretch is going to feel really, really big. Make sure that it's comfortable, otherwise back off. The lean forward into the wall is optional. Nice. So when we're back bending, we need to have open hips, and our thighs need to be open also. So now we're going to also open up our shoulders and our chest. So how we're going to manage that is you're just going to take the Minimax, you're just going to put it in front of you, and then just start to do a child's pose, but your arms are elevated on the Minimax. You're starting to open up through the shoulders, into the chest, and into the mid-back, that portion of your spine in between your shoulder blades. Deep inhales and exhales. And then if you wanted more stretch, you would start to shift your weight forward, making sure that that shift feels okay for your body. Otherwise, back off. And keep in mind that not every day is the same. So listen to your body and be kind to it. Know that you're trying to open up. Maybe you stretch further into that stretch. Maybe you're backing off, opening up the shoulders and chest. Reversing all that rounded posture over the desk. Good. And always keep in mind you can hold these stretches longer if you want. So this is just one of the many ways to backward bend over the Minimax. So you're just going to go ahead and have your bottom on the slope of the Minimax. So I'm kind of long-waisted, so I'm a little bit towards the base. And then I'm going to slowly start to lay back and support my head with my arms. Yes, and this could be a fine stretch for me right here. If it doesn't feel good for you, maybe you go further over or you come further back. There's also the option of opening up those knees out to the side. And then, yes, really inhale into your belly. And exhale, allowing the body to be nice and relaxed. Backward bending, opening up your spine. Always remembering this is your position of back bend. If it's better for you just to be here and just having a slight back bend, that's fine also. You can also drop your legs out. You could also have your legs to straight and your arms to straight or out to the T position. What's important here is that you allow your abdomen, hip flexors, and chest to open up, and to make sure that it is in a position of comfort where you can allow the support to allow you to relax those tight areas safely and effectively. Really filling your belly with your breath, making slight adjustments if you need to, making sure that there's no discomfort as you rest in this position. And then to come out, I always say bend a leg, help the head, and you're up. You could also then just do a nice forward bending stretch, breathing into your ribs and into your low back.